Hey guys, just wanted to run through my ETF swing trade strategy. So ETFs are basically collections of stocks. So for example, you have an ETF called a healthcare ETF. And what this is it's a collection of the top 50 or 60 stocks in the healthcare sector in the USA. So it's a super safe thing to trade because obviously we always need healthcare, we always need medication. It's not like you can just stop taking medication. So for example, if you look at this one, you can see that it holds like some of the biggest brands names. Eli Lilly, Johnson Johnson, things that we often use every day, even without knowing you might be buying some of their medications from these. So they are generally quite safe things to trade because with healthcare, you can see this chart, it always generally goes up because we always need healthcare. The demand is growing, the population is aging. So you can pretty much guarantee that when it crashes, when it has in the past, you can see it's been about 10, maybe 15% max, it's always going to then bounce back up. So what I do is I made a collection of just the best ETFs that generally always uptrend. So things like healthcare sector, things like the home builders, which you can see generally is always uptrending, the XLP, which is also generally uptrending as well. These are essentials in these sectors. Essentially what I do is I wait for a 10-15% drop and then I wait for it to, I start averaging down. So when it drops around 10%, so for example here, you can see this one dropped from the highest to the lowest around 13. But if you start buying at 10%, then you, or me personally, because this is not financial advice, I would wait for it to drop 10, put a little bit of money in. If it drops more, I put more money in. And then essentially what happens is your average price that you bought it at goes lower and lower, and eventually it's going to bounce back up. So the reason why this is better for me to trade is because it's a lot safer than trading individual stocks. So for example, let's say UNH. If you were someone that had been trading this the past few years, let's say you bought here and it came down here, you thought, okay, great buy, I'm going to start buying it, and it went up a little bit, great. But then something like this happens and there's been now a 50% crash. The thing with Meta, and the reason actually I started trading ETFs was because of me buying Meta stock many years ago. So with Meta stock many years ago, I saw that it crashed like 50% here after some earnings because they were like investing too much money in these goggles basically. And I thought, okay, this is amazing. I'm going to make tons of money from this. I put in $10,000. I leveraged it times 5. So I essentially had $50,000 in there. And then it sold up another 50%. And basically, I lost a lot of money. And I thought, okay, how can I trade this in the future? Like, if I see a stock like Meta, I want to get involved in trading it, but I want to be super safe. Well, actually, rather than trading the Meta stock, I can actually trade the XLC ETF, which holds some Meta. So when it does crash, it crashes with it. But then because it holds like 50 other stocks, they generally will bring the value back up again, especially as Meta goes back up. So you essentially get exposure to Meta, but then you also get exposure to other things. And oftentimes, sometimes sectors crash together. So when Meta starts crashing, then Google might start crashing because they're in the same field. And so people start panicking about that certain field. And for example, you see here, XLC ETF, which is the communications one, holds like Netflix, Google, Meta. It sold off like 40%. Had you been buying on these dips and as it was crashing and waited now, you would have basically doubled your money in 3 years or even 2.5 years. So that's essentially what I do. I am now swing trading ETFs. If you want to follow my journey, please subscribe. At the moment, I'm buying a few ETFs. I'll make some videos on them. And also, I'm thinking to put together an Instagram and also a Telegram channel just so people can follow. If you are interested in my journey, let me know and I will more videos. I'll open up an Instagram and Telegram so that you can follow Journey as well. And subscribe, please comment, please like. This is a new channel for me and I'm just sort of putting out there my ideas. Be good to have some feedback.